Hello and Jambo to everybody. I am so thrilled and hearing so many amazing people come before me and speaking. I've heard so much about your company, Black Coffee Rose, and I'm just like starstruck by the community. So just to introduce myself, my name is Julia Kibella and I am the founder of I Am School of Excellence. We're in the t-shirt, as you can see. And we started in 2017, so we've been going for 2 years. And the reason, I'll tell you why I started, it's a Saturday school, I'll tell you why I started it. My son is there filming for me. When he was in primary school, he came home from school and said, "Mum, it's Black History Month." So obviously me and his father, we teach him a lot about what we believe he should know at his age in primary school about Black history, and you know. But he was confused. He was, I can't remember what age he was between 7 and 12, right? He was confused. They changed the name to World History Month. So he was like, "Mum, why have they changed the name? Why is the teacher not teaching us about Africa? Why are they teaching us about Leicester?" And I've been teaching myself in secondary schools and sixth forms now for 8 years. And I just really was confused by this. And there was this petition going around on WhatsApp, and it was, "Sign the petition to get Black history taught in secondary schools." I signed it because I'm all for the community, do what I can. But my question was, Black history is taught in secondary schools. But what is the criteria of what we've just signed? I was taught Black history in secondary school in the 90s. Well, it wasn't what made me confident, what made me proud to be from African descent. 2 days on slavery, a few days teaching me that Malcolm X was no good, and that was Black history. So we have to know what we're doing. And I was thinking, why am I sitting around? I'm a teacher. I've been given this platform to actually do something about it. And I was teaching in a school in South London, and I had a trip coming up on the weekend. And one of my Chinese students in sixth form said to me, "Miss, I can't come to the trip." I was like, "Why can't you come to the trip? Because you're a really good student." "I've got Chinese school." I pulled up a chair. I got my notebook and pen out, and I was like, "What is Chinese school?" And she was telling me about the food she was learning to cook, the language. I thought the girl was born in China. Her accent was so thick. She was born in London, in South London. And I just imagined when she's a woman, her children taking this culture. And then I was driving, I passed the Islamic schools. And I was like, it seems like everybody's taking care of themselves, right? And my mum, she's from Barbados, my father's from Tanzania in East Africa, and I never understood. I know the history, I know where it comes from, but the divide between Africans and Caribbeans is something that, come on, right? And I can cook both African and Caribbean food, and I thought, are we really passing this stuff on to our children? So I did my primary research with the community, and I asked them, "What do you want? I'm a mum, what do you want?" They all said they wanted history, real history, that they knew what the criteria was going to be from the get-go. They wanted to also do something physical and fun for their children, and they wanted their children to learn how to cook. So I set up I Am School of Excellence, because excellence is what we should always strive for. And I am are the two most important words in the world. Because whatever you put after those words defines you. And I've been working in schools for so long now that I know a lot of children have got negative I am sentences. And my aim is to turn those around, because there's a lot of negativity happening with our teenagers and our adults. Our 7-year-olds are the ones that ask questions. That's the age my son was, and he now works at I Am School of Excellence. It's just me and my partner. So I'd like to give a massive thank you to my son. Without him, the idea would not have come around. Thank you to my partner, who's been there every step of the way. It's just literally the two of us. And a thank you to the ancestors, the elders, the teachers, the volunteers. I say the ancestors again, the Creator, for putting the passion I have right now in my blood. Okay, I'm here for a reason, and thank you to everybody for just supporting us, being amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Is there anyone here who doesn't know anything about the 100 Black Men of London? First time you're hearing the words? Excellent. Very few people know the history of the 100. And I feel that, as I have the microphone, I should let you into the history. In April 2001, which this year will be 18th year, I was in a gym. Yeah, I used to go to the gym those days. But not so much now. A gentleman walked up to me and said to me, I have an idea for an organization in London. We have a chapter up in Birmingham. They've been established in the US for, at that time, probably 40 odd years. And I'm looking for black men who are at a place in their life where they're ready to give back. I said, you know, okay, I'll hear you out. Went to Tower Bridge, and I had a meeting with a gentleman called Mr. Ken Barnes. You don't know Ken, you should. In terms of supporting the black community, stalwart. Ken's vision was very simple. He had 2 daughters, and he said he needed to create men worthy of his daughters. At the time I had a son. My son was probably about 5 or 6. Like our illustrious MC, I'm not from these parts. I'm from a place where the buck's on your picnic and everything's cool. Discipline is given. So I didn't understand how to raise my son in this new environment. So when I heard about the 100 Black Men of London and the ethos behind it, I thought it was a great opportunity for me to learn from black men who pre-existed in this environment and therefore could help inform me as to how to raise my son. The ethos is very simple. The organization is only open to black men as members. We have a massive support base in our black women. What separates the difference between our members and our volunteers, that every single man who you see with a pin like this, not only serves his community, but he pays to do so. Now, we thought it was very important that our men paid. I heard someone say something a couple of days ago, David, you remember, that when you pay attention. Yeah? I'll never forget those words. When you pay attention. So when a gentleman steps into the 100 and pays his money, he doesn't do that lightly. And we cuss and quarrel all the time because when we pay our money, we need an organization that performs. When this organization started, there were bets made that no male black-led organization could last for 5 years. 19 years later, we just received an award which for me is the most valuable thing our organization has received probably in the last 10 years. The last award we got was from a group called Men of Merit. Another great young guy, Dwayne Kane was his name, who had that organization. He had a group called EPN. And why this award is important is because of who is giving it to us. As people have said before, Nia is not some random person.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not going to get away with that. I'm going to shame you. I'm going to shame you. Nia came to my closer consciousness when he was in a debate online on Facebook. And he made a comment about he had an event and how many people registered for the event. I remember. How many people didn't turn up for the event. And it caught my eye because I always had that complaint that at the time we weren't supporting each other. And he was vocal and unashamed. If you've ever crossed swords with me online, you know. He's saying it. Yeah, even when I kind of back down. He is charging through. Yeah? And you know what? That comes from his strength and his passion. So when he decides to give us an award, yeah, it means something to us. Last thing I'll say is this. We are beyond the point as a people where we can say we don't support each other. My attitude for 2019 is this. If I hear someone say black people don't support each other, what I'm actually hearing is I don't support black people. That's what I hear now. And I say that on two fronts. One, because the 100 Black Men of London have existed for 19 years purely on the benevolence of our community. Yeah? Yeah, of course, the members pay, but the members couldn't support that organization, the amount of work we do. 100 do a Saturday program every other Saturday from October to May every single year. We've done it for 18 years in a row. Never missed a year. We've gone from, and Sen, by the way, the Jerry German crew, you guys now have the benefit, I think, of Jennifer Lewis.
She would have been here tonight, but she is sick, unfortunately. That's why.
Jennifer Lewis is a parent who brought her daughter to the 100, and she created our parenting program, which runs in parallel. Yeah? So on a Saturday, when we have a 100 program, there are 5 sessions going on. That's why we need a building in our community. If it wasn't for UCL giving us their classroom, we couldn't run our programs. There are 5 programs taking place of young people and their parents at different stages. We are well supported. Every single year we are oversubscribed. We turn people away because we shut the registration in January. So I know we support each other. I look around the room, I see many other organizations who are oversubscribed and can't keep people in. So we do support each other. And on a personal trip, a couple months ago I launched Just Tickets. And I thought to myself, how are you going to break people's habits? People go to Eventbrite by reflex. I almost booked someone even myself. But what I have found is an overwhelming support from my community. Yet, we don't always remember. But what I have found is a reception from my community. And even when we get things wrong, they've been there to back us. And I think it's time for us to turn this corner. And we want to get rid of that rhetoric that we don't support each other. We do. I took out my North London passport and I'm here. Yeah? Just like the rest of us. We make it here. So the thing I'm trying to get over to us here is that in every walk of life, things are changing. Sometimes the change doesn't come as quickly as we'd like it. Sometimes it's not as apparent as we'd like it. But look around you. This room is full. As Naya said, he got his sponsors. People stepped up and sponsored his event. Yeah, I've been to 2 events recently. One in the Black Archives, one in the centre in Brixton. Full to over capacity. The news is getting out. So if you can't hear it, it's on you. Thank you.
All right, greetings everyone.
Greetings.
I go by the name Brother Gordon. I'm from High Wycombe, and today I'm representing the Acacia Complimentary School. We started, the number seems to be similar as other organizations in the room. About 20 years ago, in 1997, I was a group of parents that got together and realized that we need to be giving our children that extra because the system wasn't delivering. On a personal note, my parents came here in 1957. The thing with people from the Caribbean was to spend 5 years and go back. They spent 10 years and they went back. So I was one of the fortunate young people that was going when all my peers were coming. So I was going to sunny Guyana, right? And I used to go to a school in a primary school in Bermondsey, and when I got to Guyana, I didn't know. I only knew my 7 times table, 5 times table, and 10 times table. I was 10 years old, and when I got to Guyana, the sense of community and everything, there was a lady called Teacher Daphne. She took me in hand and said, well, look, Gordon, you come to my house every morning, 10 o'clock, so we're going to sort this thing out. So I went to a house, my parents took me there every Saturday morning, and like within a year, I brought second in her class. I was in her class, yeah, so at least I had the potential. So from way back, this is like the 60s, I'm giving my age, yeah, our potential in the system, I realized that from a young age that is not fully delivered. Now, the Acacia Compliment School in High Wycombe, the thing is that wherever African heritage people are around the world, whether it's Brazil, New York, London, Manchester, or wherever, there's always work to do with our young people. And we've got the school at our local Hilltop Community Centre. So we've had the blessing of that's been African run, that run for the last 25 years or so. So that's been our roof. And we've been able to operate from there. We support children with English and maths, of course. Of course, we take the children to the British Museum. We've gone all the way to Cambridge when they had the African comb exhibition. We've invited for the mic from black inventors and scientists. So that's how we impart the cultural part. And of course, we impart some cultural history to them. So with that, I'd just like to say, and the point is that of wherever we are, the statistics are always negative about us. Under achievement, in our community, there's Pakistani and there's Indians and whatever. The African Caribbean and the mixed mixed children, they're at the bottom in terms of achievement. So there's always work to do. So with that, I'd like to thank NABSS again. NABSS is an institution, and we, as what went before, we need to support our institutions. They're very important, and just honored to be here today to receive this award. Again, this is better than any OBE, MB, or whatever. This is from the community. Nothing is better than recognition from your own people.
I feel like I do think I'm at an award show, because I see Dino Kai over there, I see Daniel over there, Nan from Access UK, PACM, Gold Onyx is in the building. I mean, it is like an award show, seriously, it's an award show. I've received many awards, but it's always nice having an award from, like you said, from the people. Man of the Academy was started up 3 years.
The BAFTA.
Oh yeah, the BAFTA. I play that bit down. The BAFTA award as well. Yeah, so we're the Man of the Academy. We started up about 3 years ago. Basically for our young boys in the community. And it's not that they don't have their parents or they don't have support. All children need extra support.
Yes,
it takes a village to raise a child. My children have gone to Man of the Academy and Woman Academy, and I work in schools. So it's not about how good you are as a parent. It's about what you do as a parent to expose them to a lot of information that is out there. So I'm going to tie in a few things. I've worked in different schools across London, and I know what it's like when there are teachers in the school that are not for the children. I know what that's like. Because I'm the guy who, just like the sister from I am the one who's saying, but it's not diversity month, it's Black History Month. I'm that guy. It's me, I'm that guy. Who's going to say, well, no, we're not really having diversity month. Why? Because it's October? Yeah, but can we have Black History Day? No, we can't have Black History Day. Why? Because it's a month. Okay. Can we have Black History Week? No, we can't have Black History Week because it's a month. I'm that guy. Me, I'm that guy. And it's so important for when I'm in schools to take on the children like they're my own children. Yes. You know, you can have your PhD, you can have your O-levels, A-level diploma, but the key ingredients for me personally working with children is love. And everything else is a bonus. Everything else is a bonus. Yeah, because I've worked with head teachers who don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, but they're still getting paid. But for what we do at the Manhood Academy, these are our own children.